the old reason your bones hide a collapse you'll never feel coming. And in Mosul, Iraq, that exact same invisible process sits under 65,000 people right now, quietly eating away the rock beneath the most dangerous dam on the planet. You don't feel your own foundation dissolving. That's exactly the point. And underground, in the dark, the ground remembers everything you never noticed. Here's the part nobody tells you. Your bones look solid. They feel permanent, load-bearing, done growing by your 20s. But inside, minerals are leaving in silence every single day, and you get zero warning until something finally breaks. Now scale that idea up. Imagine an entire mountain built the same way, solid on the outside, hollowing out underneath, holding back a lake the size of a small sea. That's not a metaphor. That's the Mosul Dam. Iraq's largest dam sits on a foundation that was never solid rock at all. It was always dissolving. Engineers knew it in 1984, before the concrete even finished curing. The dam was built directly on top of gypsum and anhydrites, soft, soluble minerals that behave almost like sugar in water. Every second, since the day the reservoir filled, water has been seeping through cracks in that foundation, dissolving the rock from underneath, carving out empty pockets no one can see. To stop total collapse, crews have pumped liquid cement into the ground beneath the dam nonstop, 24 hours a day for over 4 decades. Not as routine maintenance, as a life support system. Stop pumping even for a few weeks and new cavities start forming again almost immediately. The dam has never once stood on solid ground. It stands on a foundation engineers are constantly rebuilding while millions sleep on top of it. Then in 2014, everything got worse. ISIS seized the dam for 10 days. The grouting stopped. Maintenance crews vanished. When Iraqi and coalition forces finally retook it, engineers went back in and found something they'd feared for 30 years, sinkholes. Not hairline cracks. Actual sinkholes opening on the surface above the dam's foundation, proof the dissolving underneath had accelerated past anything a grout curtain could fully outrun. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers ran the numbers and reached a conclusion they rarely put in writing. If this dam fails, it could kill up to 1.5 million people. Not eventually. Within hours of the break, a wall of water 50 feet high would hit Mosul city itself. Within 3 to 4 days, that same wave would reach Baghdad. Here's where it gets stranger than a broken dam. Gypsum karst, the geology under Mosul, doesn't dissolve evenly. It eats tunnels, chambers, whole cave systems. Invisibly, the same way calcium quietly abandons the inside of a bone, while the outer shell looks completely fine on an X-ray. Osteoporosis doesn't announce itself. Neither does karst collapse. Both fail the same way, silently, structurally from the inside, until one day the load-bearing surface simply can't hold anymore. Under Mosul, sonar and radar surveys have mapped these hollow chambers directly beneath the dam's own footing, some large enough to swallow a house, expanding a little more every year the grouting can't fully seal. Engineers don't call this a leak anymore. They call it active dissolution, a geological process actively working against every ounce of concrete humans pour into it. You cannot outbuild a mineral that wants to dissolve. You can only slow it down and hope the slowing outlasts you, which is the quiet horror underneath all of this. The Mosul Dam isn't broken. It's dying by design, the way every gypsum foundation on Earth eventually does, just on a timeline measured in decades instead of centuries. Every engineer who has studied it agrees on one thing. Grouting buys time, it doesn't buy safety. It was never a question of if failure comes, only when, and whether the pumps outrun the dissolving long enough for someone to build something better underneath it. Meanwhile, over 1 million people live downstream, trusting a foundation none of them can see, made of rock that was never meant to hold this much weight, this much water, this long. So ask yourself the same question those engineers ask every single day the pumps keep running. What else in your life looks solid on the surface, holds enormous weight without complaint, and has been quietly dissolving from the inside this entire time, with no alarm, no crack, no warning, until the exact moment it finally can't anymore?